Hey guys, this is Eve, Scrapbooking with me, and I think today we're going to finally get around to our first in our series of storage solutions. We have been trying to do this since right after Christmas, and there's been one thing and another, and then about the time I got ready to finish everything, I had to go to the doctor, and I had an upper respiratory infection, so all I could do was cough. So anyway, we're going to try to do that today. Today we're going to do the inserts, which are these that go inside of our little box, and this is going to be for scrap paper. And what I'm doing is I'm doing a different color for each color of my scrap paper. Like all my greens will go in here, my blues will go in here, and then so forth. So you're going to need, now this is going to take a little bit of paper, but if you're like me, you've got quite a bit of cardstock, so you can just use your cardstock up. So you're going to need a piece of paper that is 12 by 12, and you're going to score at 2 inches on 3 sides. So 2 there. You're going to do that on both of your sheets. Now, you can make these any size that you want. I'm just making them pretty big because I have quite a bit of scrap paper to put in there, but, you know, make them any size that you want. Okay, and now what you're going to do is take your ruler and a pen or a pencil, whatever, and you're going to, from the right-hand side, you're going to start measuring, not the left, but from the right-hand side, and you're going to come over 8 inches and make a mark. And then on the right hand side you're going to come down 6.5 inches and make a mark. And then I like to go ahead and join the marks just so that I'll have something to go by when I score this. And it's not going to show your pencil mark or line's not going to show anyway. So, alright. Then you're going to take it and put it back on your scoreboard and put that line right in your scoreboard line, and then just score that. Okay. Alright, and now you're going to go ahead and fold everything and burnish. And then fold this line in. Alright, and then right here where we have that score line that goes down through there, we need to fold that back over. Holding this, fold that back over so that that will be a good crease right there. Alright, and then go to the bottom. This is your bottom down here, not the top. This is the top where you made that. And then just cut in on these little score lines at the bottom. Just cut up to that first score line. Just like that. Then we're going to put this together. Now I'm going to use my art glitter glue. You can use a double-sided tape. Just whatever you would like. And excuse my voice if it's coming and going a little bit, or if I have to cough. I apologize. I got a little bit of a cough this morning still left. Alright, so we put those up. And now you're going to glue this part right here, this flap, down. So all I do is just run my glue. So you're going to fold that down. Go ahead and put glue up here. I didn't, but put some glue up here on the top. Fold that down and press it. That's just going to give your little box some extra strength. So when you start to put your second one together, look at the one you just put together, and if your fold is coming this way on this one, then on this one you need to fold over here, so that when you fold them together, they will look like this. So just lay the first one up there, and here's my fold here, so I know I want to make my fold up here on this one, so put it together that way. This has got my fold on the left hand side, this one's got my fold on the right hand side, so just make sure that they're opposite so that they'll fold together. And that will make sense in just a minute when I start putting them together. Okay, see, we have two that are just opposite. So all you're going to do then is you're just going to capsize them one down into the other, and there's your container. Like I said, you can make these smaller and make it out of one sheet of paper, but I needed mine large because I have lots and lots of scrap paper to put in here. So there you go. And then you just glue them together or use your double-sided tape, whatever. And I start at the bottom so that I can make sure I get the bottoms in good. Just make sure that it's slid all the way in there and that the corners match up. And I just flip it over and use my bone folder and go down in there. Then come on up to the side and glue it in. Again, I just take my bone folder and go in there and press it down as hard as I can. So there we have that, and then you just need to glue this right here and it's finished. Oops. Don't go a little wild with your glue like I did. So there's your second container all finished. So there's my greens, my blues, and the box that we're going to be making I think will hold 5 or 6. So I'll make 3 or 4 more, and then we'll put our box together, and then we'll start separating out our papers. Alright, now to do your box you can do it different ways. You can use just a box that you already have, or as I'm going to do, I'm going to use some chipboard that I have. If you use chipboard, I'll tell you the sizes that you need to cut it. This one is cut at 11 by 11. So we're going to need one of those. This one is an 8.5 by 11. You need one of those. And these two pieces are an 8.5 by 11, and then we cut the sides down, and I'll tell you how we cut those down in just a minute. So two more pieces of 8.5 by 11, and then this piece is 4.5 by 8.5. So 8.5 by 4.5. Alright, so on this piece, on these two pieces, you need to measure over about 3 inches. It doesn't have to be exact. 3 1/4. Measure over and put your little mark. And then come up from the bottom 6.5 inches and put a mark. And then just draw you a line from there to there, and then just cut that off. And to cut my chipboard, I use my rotary trimmer. You can use an X-Acto knife, whatever, it doesn't matter. So do that to 2 of your 8.5 by 11 pieces. Now again, that is measure over from your left hand side about 3 inches. Come up from the bottom of the opposite side and come up 6.5 inches. Make a mark and then just cut that off. That gives you that slant on there that you need. So then we're going to put these together, and I put all of my chipboard and everything together with my construction strips. And if you don't know what these are, this is just a heavy brown cardstock, and I have cut it at 1 inch wide, and this is just 12 inches long. And then I've scored it in the center at 1/2 inch, and then I just put score tape on both sides of that little score line there. And then I just folded it, and what I'll do is I'll lay it up here, and I'll get the length that I need. And then I'm going to cut this off at an angle. Oops, I cut that one at the wrong angle. And then these are going to go down right there to join. This is going to be the back, the 11 by 11 piece, and the 8.5 by 11 is going to be the bottom. So this is going to go there to join. Now if you want, like I said, if you want to use just a cardboard box, I'll tell you exactly what size it needs to be as soon as I get this piece down. So just start your construction strip. See if I can hold this up here where you can see. Right at the edge, just as close to the edge as you can of that cardboard. And then just run it all the way down. And then peel off the other side of the score tape. And then butt it up against that one, and just make sure that they're perfectly straight and just as tight together as they can come. And then just lay it down and press it. So there is your back and the bottom put together. And now we'll go ahead and put our sides on. So they're going to go on with this piece that's cut out toward the front. So they're going to go on right there. Again, just measure to see how big you need your construction strip cut. And then fold it with the score tape on the outside and cut a little angle on each end. Alright, we'll put it on this piece first. And I cut that one a little bit short, but it's not going to matter. It's still going to go together. And now what we want to do is lay this one up in there and fold it up like this, and then put it together so that we don't have that tension on there. So, on my little tool, so put it under there, match up the edges, and then press it down that way. So then you have that piece put together. And then just do the other side the same way, making sure that your cutout piece goes toward you. There you go. Press that one down. So you've got the back and the two sides. And now we're going to go ahead and put construction strips on here so that we can put our sides together. I'm going to turn this so that I can hopefully get to it. I'm going to put these on the outside so that it'll kind of finish it off. And maybe I won't get my head in the shot. There we go. And then we'll put our other one on. So as you can see, those are on the back side. So all we need to do now is pull this up just like that and then lay that over, and that'll seal that off and start to make our box. I know this is a little bit hard for you to see because it's kind of big, but I think you can get the idea of exactly what I'm doing. So just put your corners together, making sure that everything matches up. And then press it down like that. And then I flip it over and kind of run your hand down through there so that you can get it good and press down. You don't want your construction strips to come loose. And then you're just going to do this side the same way. Take off that backing. And I kind of sit my chipboard on top of the other one and then just kind of lay it over. And lay it down and do some pressing. If you have a little piece that tries to come up like that right there, I just take a little bit of my art glitter glue and put it down in there and flip it over and press it down again, and it should hold very, very well. There we go. Okay, now on this piece right here, I think I told you wrong on the measurements. This should be 11 by 4.5, and I think I had told you 8.5 by 4.5, but it's got to be 11 this way, 11 by 4.5. And you can make this as deep or as shallow as you want. I made mine a little bit deeper than my containers. You see it's a little bit deeper than the containers, just so that the top of my containers wouldn't get frayed when I was reaching in there to pull them out or whatever. But you can make it shorter, it doesn't matter. You can make it the same size of your containers, or like I said, you can always make it out of just a cardboard box. So we're going to put this on the front. So the first thing we're going to do is run a construction strip down through here. So we're going to, this is the bottom front, and we're just going to run this strip down through there. Just like that. And then you're going to take this piece and lay it right there, like that right there, and put that on. I'm going to turn it around so that I can lay it up here. So just kind of brace it onto the top of your chipboard and push it up against that construction strip, and then just press it down. So there is our front piece on, and now we just need to attach these sides right here. And I think I have enough, yes, I have enough construction strips left. So you want to pull that off, pull the backing off of one side, put it on there. Take the backing off of the opposite one and then just pull the box together and press that construction strip over. And then you'll do the same thing on this side. So there is our box, all put together. Now you can go ahead and decorate your box, put your pretty paper on there, whatever. But let me tell you what size this is first, just in case you want to use a box that you already have. It is 11 inches wide. It is 8.5 inches deep, and then it's 11 inches tall. So if you have a box that you want to cut down, and then these pieces are cut down, like I said, you come over at 3 and then come up to 6.5 and cut those down. But you can cut these down at any size you want. If you wanted them cut down a little bit shallower so that they would match up with this, that's fine. But like I said, I wanted mine to where these would sit down in there without, you know, and that way if I reach to get another one, I'm not constantly tearing the top of my paper. So I have got 3, and then these two I've still got to put together. But it's going to hold, looks like it's going to hold 5 very, very nicely. And then I can make another one and just keep going with more down through here if I want to. I've got all of my papers and things together there. I think I will decorate this, put some pretty paper on the outside, but you know how to do that, so I'm not going to do that on camera. I will take some pictures once I get it decorated and show you how this is, and then I'm going to put a label right here. Okay, so we are finished with it. All I did was took a little bit of my decorative paper. This is just some old blue fern paper, and I just cut a few pieces and put here and there. Didn't try to cover everything. I didn't even cover the back because it's going to be up against the wall. But I put a little bit of paper on there. Took some of my old thickers and put scraps on there. And then I have blue, green, pinks, but I'm going to put like pink and orange in here, and then browns, and then this will be black and white. So one side I made white and one side black, so that'll be my black and white. And then if I need more, then I'll just make another box and put me some more up there and put these up against the wall. You could even hang these on the wall if you wanted to. Just put a little command strip on the back, hang them on the wall, and there is your scraps out of the way. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And I will put all of these measurements and photos on my blog, and that link will be below. We will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.